Brianna?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Paige. I'm the social worker here.
Nice to meet you.
Do you prefer to be called Brianna?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I am the social worker for the university's health center. And it says that you are self-referred on your intake form and that you came to talk about some anxiety you've been having, and you said on there you'd been overwhelmed with home and school, so we can get to that in a second, but just before we really dive into it, I want to go over a little bit about the agency just so we're clear on everything. Our agency is through the university, but I don't want you to think that just because we're affiliated with the university, if you do anything that is against university policy, that I would automatically report it and get you kicked out. If you tell me about underage drinking, I'm not going to go report it. The only time I will have to report is if you tell me that you have intention of harming yourself or others. And other than that, nothing will be reported. And if we have another person come in, if you need to talk with someone else, the only information that will be divulged is what you want to be told.
Yes.
And that is most of our policies. And I just ask that during the appointment you don't have your cell phone out so that we can really interact and make use of our time. So is everything clear with you? Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So on your intake form, it said that you were having anxiety with a lot of things. So do you want to tell me about that?
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, to start off with school, I'm in the education program and I just transferred here. And so I don't know anyone else in the education program, and we have to get a lot of observation hours, and that's really stressful. And then we have homework with that. So every time I go to somewhere and like observe or teach in a classroom, I have to write a paper about it. So I'm like taking that time plus the time to write the paper, and then I have to be in class and have 18 hours, and that's really stressing me out because like that's a lot to deal with. And then also like the we have a big instruction project that's due, and that's stressing me out because I'm not ready for that because I'm still working on work that was due last week that I didn't turn in. And then I never get to see my parents because I don't get to go home because I'm from 10 hours away, and so that's really hard. And it's just hard being far from everyone, and I don't know anyone here, and like I want to know people, but it's just hard whenever I'm always there or at work, and then work wants me to be there and to cover for everyone that can't make it because I'm new and they expect that out of me, and I can't handle that because the school expects so much out of me, and then work expects so much out of me, and that's really stressing me out. And then my boyfriend is the only person that I still talk to from my old school, and he's 6 hours away, and so he's not here. And whenever I'm not busy, he's busy, and so I never get to talk to him, and that's not making anything any easier with all this. And I have no one to talk to about it, and I have no one to help me.
Okay. So you just threw a lot at me, but a lot of what I heard had to do with anxiety in all different aspects of your life. You talked about being anxious with your schoolwork, and you said it was the education program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you talked about stuff with work and how they expect you to take care of things. And then you talked about being lonely and not making any friends here and missing your parents. And also you said missing your boyfriend. Okay. Of all of those that you just listed, what right now is giving you level 10 stressing me out, can't handle anxiety?
Probably just the school and the schoolwork.
Okay. What of that scares you the most? Is it the time consumption?
Yeah, and I don't know when to do anything.
You don't know when to do anything. You mean you find it difficult to get the homework done, or is it that you're not understanding the homework?
I find it hard to get it done when they want it done.
Okay. So do you procrastinate?
Um, Probably like I'm forced to because like I don't have time to do it early, really.
Because of work?
Hmm.
Okay. Is this something you've talked about with any of your professors?
No.
Okay. Would that be something you'd want to do? Do you feel
Yeah.
comfortable with them?
Um, I could try it.
Okay, great. And, later in any other sessions, we can totally break down all of these issues, but if communicating with them, if you are worried about it, we can put together an email together, or, we can find study groups across campus if those are things that you want help with, if you think that being in that environment will help you get your work done more, and it'll give you a social outlet. So, in the social outlet, what is your biggest struggle there?
I just don't know anyone, and I don't know like how to just meet some, how to just make friends. Like when friendships are already established from like with everyone else, they already have their own circles, and then like I'm just here.
So, it sounds like because you are a transfer student, putting yourself out there makes you anxious. Okay. What about that makes you the most anxious?
Um, Probably like them not responding to me, really.
Okay. So you're afraid of them rejecting you because you feel like everyone has found their group because
Yes.
they've been here longer?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. With your family, do you think it's easy to communicate with them your problems, or
I mean, I've called my mom a couple times, just kind of freaking out, but I feel like there's not much that she can do because she's not here, and like that, just calling them isn't really helping because I'm not seeing them ever, and I know I can't see them often.
okay? And would you say that you have a strong relationship with them then, and you can really use them as positive feedback?
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, that's great. That's good. There's a lot of people that are in your position that will say, I don't feel like I can turn to anyone at home. So that's a really great thing that we have to look at, that we have that strength. And with your boyfriend, is he a positive
Um,
aspect right now?
I mean, he's not here, and um, I mean, I think he would want to be, but I don't think he really can just because like where I'm so busy. Um, like it upsets me that I don't know that he doesn't have time for me. But I mean, I understand kind of because I don't really have time when he's not busy.
Right. So it sounds like things were if you were in a closer vicinity with one another, you would be fine. The communication's there. It's just you both have so much going on that it's difficult to communicate at times. Yeah. Okay. Does that make you feel very lonely? Is it a struggle if you feel like you're not dating around here?
I just feel like that like we were like talking so much and communicating so much, and like there there was something there, and I feel like that's missing now.
Okay. So it sounds like, you might be a little lonely or have one of those other connections feel like you had taken away when
Yeah.
you transferred. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be really hard. So, well, I really am glad that we've met up and we really dived into a lot of different issues. And in further sessions, I'd really like to go over them. What right now would you like to see happen for us to work on? And we can work on all of these things, but right now, if you had to prioritize and say, this is the thing that I would love to get done, what would it be?
My schoolwork.
Your
Just
schoolwork.
Doing well with that.
Okay, great. And is that something that you would like to meet a tutor with or find study groups around campus, or would you still like to have a therapy communication on that?
I'd say like probably like meeting others and still like being able to talk about it because I need someone to talk to.
Okay, great, great. Um, with your schoolwork, what have you done to try and solve the problem?
I've just tried to get it done as soon as possible.
Okay,
That's it.
okay. So you haven't communicated with your other professors yet?
No.
Okay. And in terms of your social support, have you tried to join any clubs or get
Not
together
really.
with people? Okay. Okay. Well, I think that kind of wraps it up for today. But I'm really glad that you came to meet with me. It's great that you are able to recognize, I've got a lot going on in my life and I need help to be able to cope with this, because that makes you a lot of steps ahead of a good chunk of people. So that is, you've got the drive to get things done, and now we just want to work on the tools to getting there. So we can make another appointment, and in the meantime, we will find you a study group and see how we can organize our time better. Does that sound good to you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I will see you next week. My cards are in the lobby and you can make an appointment there. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I made it to 13.
That's awesome. Now let's put her in this chest.